Lord Joe Riley.
Good, Michael. Last Cahirlock. Welcome to the House, Minister, and the proposed legislation is very welcome and timely, and you're to be congratulated on that. I think as a country, as it is the second stage speech, I'll make just a couple of initial general comments, but before getting a tiny bit more specific, although not completely. It is worthy of stating, or should be acknowledged, that we've made great strides in relation to reducing cigarette smoking in the population, and, if you like, to reducing the culture of acceptance around it. And that has all been very well achieved. And indeed, it is appropriate to acknowledge the role of the Taoiseach initially in banning the use of cigarette smoking in public places and hostelries, etc. And that, while maybe initially unpopular, has proven to be the right thing to do and has proven to be a success. And sadly, one doesn't like doing these things, but the acceleration, or whatever the term is, the increasing of the price of cigarettes over the years at budgets has been a success. And there is a problem there. And it is correct, and I'm completely in support, Minister, that we should address the vaping issue now, and that there should not be the sale of vaping materials to young people under 18. I think it's a sine qua non for good health practice for public health and should be done. Difficult always to administer, but that's not a reason to not face the challenge. Just to make specific comments, again from conversations I've had around the legislation with people, and basically the relevant people here are the people who directly at the coalface here are the convenience stores and news agents association. They represent 1,500 stores throughout the Republic. They employ in excess of 35,000 people in full-time and part-time workers. They have frontline experience in retailing and the behaviour of tobacco manufacturers in incentivising sales. And we should also acknowledge, as public representatives and community leaders, they are at the front line of sponsoring local good causes in their community and providing employment for local students, helping them through universities, etc. And that has to be good. I certainly assume that my good colleague and friend, Senator Carrigy, is generous in his sponsorship. I've not heard to the contrary in the locality that he is a significant retailer in, but they do a lot in that sphere, and they should be acknowledged for that too. Well, the CSNA is supportive of the bill, but feels the bill could be strengthened in places, and I'd ask the Minister to take this on board at committee and report stage, particularly when it comes to the sale of big boxes of cigarettes. That's packs over the size of 20. It was a great initiative, as Senator Carrigy said, to get rid of the sale of 10s. But at the moment, under law, tobacco manufacturers are allowed to set the price of tobacco products, not the retailers. This gives the tobacco manufacturers the power to incentivise the sale of bigger boxes, i.e. 30, 35 and 40, which are cheaper on a per cigarette basis than a box of 20 cigarettes. A pack of 20 cigarettes is approximately €15. A pack of 35 is approximately $22.50. On a strict pro-rata basis, this should retail at €26.25. Instead, the consumer is saving €1.05, and the Exchequer is losing both the VAT and the ad valorem tax on this promotional price, which is determined by the tobacco industry. Under law, the retailer cannot sell the product at any price higher than the set price. This is the only product within the shop which the retailer cannot set the price at. And, Minister, I'd commend to you to consider, because I do know your ambition is to get this right, and I think the advice of retailers on the ground is interesting in this regard. And you might consider that as an amendment or as future legislation, if it's not possible to amend this legislation to that effect. It's certainly an anomaly that needs sorting. Revenue Commissioner figures show that the sale of large boxes of cigarettes have increased substantially since their introduction in 2012, now accounting for 35% of all cigarette sales. So it's a significant issue, Minister, and the figure is quite significant. The difference in price is significant in that world. It mightn't be in objective terms, but to the people here it is. So I'd commend you to look at it. And I do know that, and I do genuinely respect your bona fides in this area. So it's a matter of us all collectively getting it right. Sales of big boxes is driving consumption and is driving addiction, making it harder for the government to achieve its targets to eliminate smoking. And obviously, that's a logical sort of a corollary, similar to the ban of packs of 10 cigarettes. Will the Minister take the opportunity before him right now to ban big boxes? And that's basically what I've been asking. And I look forward to the Minister's response on that. And just as I finish, I would agree with my colleague who has frontline experience that the Revenue Commissioners would be best placed to collect this licence. And I would also agree with the request of the traders that there might be a kind of a moratorium or a period when you're taking the under 18s out of sales of these products, that there'd be a term for the retailers to adjust to that reality if they have 16-year-olds or whatever working there at the moment. It's a consideration. So look, thanks for the time. Great that we have this legislation. And we all should put our money where our mouth is, if you like, and all of us should enthusiastically support it. And I certainly do. Thank you.